Karol Nawrocki, Citizens' presidential candidate with the endorsement of the Law and Justice Party, has launched his pre-election campaign in Poland. As a start, he visited our station. My candidacy is motivated by my love for Poland, by feelings of responsibility toward Poland, but also as an expression of concern about the state of our republic today. Karol Nawrocki will be facing off against the representative of the Civic Coalition, Rafał Trzaskowski. Their contrast could be clear. Trzaskowski, vice president of the Civic Coalition, has made a name for himself by supporting LGBT organizations as Warsaw's mayor and removing crosses from government buildings in the capital. Nawrocki, president of the Institute of National Remembrance, emphasizes traditional values.
Bezpieczeństwo Polaków jest dla mnie ważne.
The security of the Polish people is of utmost importance. I'm also concerned with Poland's sovereignty within EU structures. For the past year, the ruling Civic Coalition government has been undermining whatever institutions it doesn't control. The government is making huge cuts to the budgets of the Institute of National Remembrance and the Constitutional Court, among others. According to Karol Nawrocki, only a fully independent president will be able to cut this Gordian knot.
To jest bardzo niepokojąca tendencja.
This is a very disturbing trend, which certainly cannot be solved by someone who is the deputy leader of a political party. This is a task for a citizens' president who sees this chaos and is able to take up this challenge. Poland, under the Law and Justice government, invested in huge infrastructure projects, thanks to which our country could count on rapid development.
W kategoriach cywilizacyjnych, właściwie za sprawą Centralnego Portu Komunikacyjnego.
In terms of civilizational development, with the central communication port and the network of connections, also in rural Poland, we can achieve the final unification of the Polish state. Prime Minister Tusk's team is doing everything to make sure that the central communication port never comes into existence, or if it does, then in an atrophied form. Rafał Trzaskowski, deputy leader of the Civic Platform, and today its presidential candidate, has been arguing for years that the central communication port is unnecessary. I think this is gigantomania, especially since we will have an airport in Berlin in 2 years. This illustrates the deep feelings of national inferiority pervasive among certain political groupings in Poland, particularly when contrasted with Western. There is a belief that Poland does not deserve these kinds of investments. Today, we need stubborn visionaries who will say that we want to be the biggest economy in Europe. We want to have the biggest airport in Europe because the Polish people deserve it. The president is also responsible for foreign policy. This is especially important now, given the Russian menace and the war in Ukraine. A golden balance will be crucial in this matter between continuing to support Ukraine and fighting for Polish interests. May God grant Ukraine victory in the war with Russia. We, however, are Poles and have Polish responsibilities. There are issues where we have to represent Polish national interests in bilateral relations with the Ukrainian state, such as the issue of grain transport or exhumations in Volhynia. If I had to choose between the feelings of Ukraine or the national interest of the Polish state, for me, the interest of the Polish state is more important. The presidential elections will be held next May. The exact date is not yet known. It also remains an open question how many candidates will register in the end. Anyone who wants to run for the highest office in Poland must collect 100,000 signatures.